I feel like I'm drowning. This is something I've had to learn the hard way. Sometimes I just need to say no. It is an expectation that we have. It helps my brain function properly. What is really important? Sadly, summer is at an end and we are starting fall, which means that school has begun again, routines are starting up again, and it's going to feel like a very busy time of year for many people. I know especially for many of you moms doing school drop-offs and play dates and extracurricular activities. Some of you might be working, some of you might be homeschooling, all the while trying to make sure that things within the home are running as smooth as possible. This can feel like a very overwhelming and very busy time of year. We are in the same boat over here. It has been a very busy season trying to keep up with everything while also getting back into homeschool and new rhythms. Some weeks I feel like I've got it under control and that we're doing okay, and then the next week the schedule is so full of appointments and play dates, various work things and home things that need to happen that I feel like I'm drowning, and it's very easy to feel very overwhelmed in busy seasons like these. This week is one of those weeks, and as I was going into this week and preparing and planning for it, I realized there are a number of things that I do during seasons like this to prepare myself and to help things run more smoothly, to help me feel less overwhelmed. So I thought I would sit down with you today and share some of those things that I do, and hopefully this will help you in busy seasons too. First things first, every busy week starts right here with my day planner. Before I do anything, I need to write out what's going on in my week so that I can visually see what's going to happen, so I can plan it all out and prepare for it. Because I am someone who, if I do not have a plan like this, I will literally wander the house in circles trying to figure out what I should be doing right now. What is the best use of my time? And then I end up being a lot less productive because I just wander, and it's not good. So it's very important for me as a mom of 4 who homeschools and works and has mom brain. I need to write things down, especially things like appointments or deadlines for work or extracurricular activities, because if I don't write it down, I will forget. I like to lay things out week to week. If I do too much, it gets really overwhelming. If I don't do enough, it's overwhelming. So having it laid out week to week works very nice for me. I like to first write down all the things that need to happen this week and then fit those individual things into the days of the week. So each day I've got a loose plan with some flexibility because I'm a mom, and there always needs to be some flexibility because things sometimes don't go according to plan. But at least having it written out and on the schedule helps me get it done. My day planner is from Golden Coil. I have been using their planners for 3 years now. I love these planners because they are totally customizable. They're personalized to you and exactly what you need. They are on the pricey side, but for me, it has been very worth it. I also got my husband hooked on these as well. He never used to be a planner. Now he is. He really enjoys his as well. I love being able to choose my day planner and to choose what's in here. I personally love having a blank calendar that I can fill in with the events that are happening that month. I've got a meal planning list here as well as each week laid out like this. So there's a spot for each day of the week to write down a to-do list. And then there's also a spot at the end for like the weekly to-dos. And this just works really well for me. It helps my brain function properly and it helps me stay on top of everything. The next one is similar but a little bit different, and that is to write it down. I write everything down. I have lists upon lists. I have lists all over my home. I have countless lists on my phone. Like I said, if I don't write something down, I'm gonna forget it. And so having a list helps my brain stay organized, helps me stay organized. I've got lists for everything. I've got lists for the meals that we're gonna have this week. I've got a running grocery list going. I've got packing lists. I've got to-do list after to-do list. I have a to-do list for school stuff. I have a to-do list for things that I need to clean in my home. I have like a deep cleaning checklist. Clearly, I am a big to-do list person, but this is just the best way for me to get my brain organized, to help me feel less overwhelmed. If I'm in a position where I'm feeling really busy and I know that there's lots of things kind of running through my head that I need to get done, the first thing I'll do is just write a list. Even if I don't end up using that list, The act of writing it down helps me feel a lot less overwhelmed and helps me get a clear idea of what I need to do, and then I can better focus and actually do that thing. So as I go into a new week, the first thing I do is write multiple lists. I'm writing a meal list so that I know what meals I'm going to plan. I'm going to write down what day of the week I'm going to make each of those meals. Then I'm going to make a list of all the meat that I need to pull out of the freezer in order to make those meals. Then I'm going to write a grocery list, which my husband is actually on as well. I have lists for multiple different stores that we go grocery shopping at. Then I'll head on over to my day planner and I'll write a list for school stuff that needs to be done. I'll write a list for all the work things that I need to get done. This is just the best way for me to stay mentally organized. Number 3 is to get more sleep. Now I know for us parents, sometimes sleep feels like a foreign concept. Sometimes sleep seems impossible. Trust me, I am right there with you. I have 4 little kids of my own. But in the season of motherhood, it is that much more important to get a good night's sleep. This is something I've had to learn the hard way because I am someone who likes to wake up early and get a good start to the day. I like to be productive, and sometimes I will sacrifice sleep to be able to do that. In my head, it makes sense. The earlier I wake up, the more things I can get done. But if I haven't had a good night of rest, I will be very slow moving. I will not be in the best of moods, and it's just not a great day. So I have learned more recently that it is okay to sleep in sometimes. It is okay to get that proper amount of rest and sacrifice some of your free time, some of your availability to be able to get that sleep. A couple nights ago, I did not sleep well, and yesterday I was not moving very fast. I was tired, I was exhausted. I had woken up early in the morning, so I thought I would be able to get things done, but I didn't. Had I chosen to sleep in like another hour or 2, I would have been far more productive. I would have gotten far more done. And my time would have been much better well spent. I would have been in better mood. Now, while I cannot control how often my babies wake up in the middle of the night, I can contribute to my quality of sleep and my children's quality of sleep, and that is where today's video sponsor comes in. I want to say a huge thank you to Birch Living for sponsoring today's video. As many of you know, we've slowly been making swaps in our home to free ourselves of everyday toxins, including our mattresses. Did you know that mattresses made with polyurethane foams can cause harmful off-gassing, and common flame retardants such as fiberglass can be awful for your health? Considering how much time we spend in our bed sleeping, it became very important for us to swap our mattresses for a more clean alternative. Birch mattresses are made with responsibly sourced materials such as organic cotton, organic wool, and 100% natural latex, which means that their mattresses are free from harmful polyurethane foams and fiberglass. Zach and I have been sleeping on our Birch mattress for a number of months now, and we absolutely love it, and Birch, bless their hearts, gifted us mattresses for our children as well. Birch Kids mattresses are really cool because they're double-sided, so you've got a couple options here. The firmer side is recommended for ages 3 to 7, and then the other side is softer, which is recommended for ages 8 and up. Until now, the older kids had been sleeping on mine and Zach's childhood mattresses, and so we were so excited to give them an upgrade. We surprised them last week by swapping out their old mattresses with their new Birch Living ones. They were so excited about the whole experience, and I have the peace of mind knowing that we are sleeping on mattresses made from materials that are sourced straight from nature. I can testify that the sleep quality of every member of the family has improved significantly. They've been sleeping really well, and Zach has been saying that his back pain has completely disappeared since we've been sleeping on our Birch Living mattress. With your Birch mattress, you get a 100-night sleep trial and 25-year warranty. They deliver the mattress right to your door, and they even offer an in-home removal of your old mattress and setup of your new one to make the whole experience a lot more pleasant.
Oh, these are so heavy. They are so heavy. Those are heavy.
And if you live in the US, you even get free delivery. As an added bonus, each Birch mattress also comes with 2 Eco-Rest pillows made from recycled materials that are both breathable and better for the environment. I love our Birch mattress, my husband loves our Birch mattress, our children love their Birch mattresses, and I think you would too. If you're looking for a new bed, check out Birch Living. They are currently having their fall into bed sale, so it is the perfect time to upgrade your sleep with 20% off your Birch Living mattress plus 2 free Eco-Rest pillows. Check out birchliving.com/LupkysLife to find out more about this limited time offer. And again, thank you Birch Living for a better night's sleep and for sponsoring today's video. Number 4 is to prep things ahead of time. I do this especially on days when I know that we have a lot going on. I'll do things like lay out my clothes and my kids' clothes the night before so that we don't have to make those decisions in the morning. It's just a quick change and go. Sometimes I'll even set the table before breakfast in the morning, so it's just one less thing that we need to do. On days that we need to be out of the house quickly, I'll make breakfast ahead of time. Like I'll make muffins or I'll make pumpkin loaf or something of the sort so that we don't even have to eat at home. We could just take it with us. I like to repack our diaper bag when we get home instead of having to repack the diaper bag right before we leave, so that again, it's one less thing that I need to do. The diaper bag is just packed and ready to go, and I can just grab it and we can leave. For all you moms out there, I know how hard it can be to get out of the door, especially when you have multiple children in tow. So whatever you can do to make that an easy, quick experience, prepare it ahead of time. Tip number 5 is to get your kids involved. This might feel really overwhelming at first and probably a lot less productive at first, but once you start getting into a rhythm and a routine and your children start learning how to do chores, they are the biggest little helpers, and you'll be surprised how willing they are to lend a hand. Now granted, they're not always going to want to do their chores, but it is an expectation that we have for our children and something that we believe is really important. We tell them that if they are a part of this household, they are expected to help take care of it. I recently filmed a whole video where I shared all about the chores that we have set up for our children and how we rotate and what we expect of them. And how they help us out around the house. So I'll leave that video link down below if you missed it. Having the kids help out has actually saved me so much time. I used to spend hours and hours folding laundry and putting it away, but now when I wash their laundry, I just set the basket in the room and I tell them to put their laundry away and they just go and do it. And it saves me so much time. Not only does this help on those really busy weeks, but it's really good for them to learn how to do chores and to have that responsibility. Sometimes when things feel really overwhelming and really busy, it's not that I don't have enough time, it's that I'm not using my time wisely, and so I will set a timer. Timers are very important for me as someone who has a hard time focusing sometimes, especially with so much going on at once. When I need to do a task, sometimes I will set a timer just so that I can spend that amount of time solely focusing on that one task before I move on to anything else. As a mom, I am prone to picking something up, putting it away, then on my way to put it away, I find something that also needs to be done, and so I'll take that thing and I'll go do that, and then on my way to do that, I find something else that also needs to be done, and it's just like this cycle that could go on forever and ever and ever, and in the end, I might have gotten some things put away and some things done, but I didn't get done the thing that I set out to do in the first place. So setting a timer to help me focus works wonders. I'll also set a timer on my phone for social media so that I am not distracted by social media and I can focus on one thing at a time. Tip number 7 is to prioritize and let go. I think I sometimes need these really busy weeks to keep me accountable and to keep me aware of what is really important. I think that often something that I categorize as really important ends up not being very important on busy weeks. And I realize it's actually something that I can let go. There are certain things that are non-negotiable and need to happen every single week. Sometimes I just need to say no, or I need to reschedule things or push something off until later. Sometimes those things never happen because they're just not priority enough. Busy weeks really help put that into perspective for me. My next tip is to utilize small pockets of time. As a busy mom of 4, I don't have huge chunks of time to get things done, but I do have small pockets of time within my day that I can make use of. This is pretty much how I do everything. This is how I get my house clean. This is how I cook supper. This is how I read my Bible and do my work. I utilize these small moments where my children are playing, when my children are doing a task. You might actually be surprised how much you can get done in these small pockets of time. It might not seem like much at first, and it might not be the most efficient way of getting things done, but it gets the job done, and that's what counts. My next tip is minimizing distractions, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe it means turning off the music or turning off the TV. If you're like me, it might mean setting aside your phone or even hiding your phone from yourself for a while so that it's out of sight, out of mind. It might mean tidying up the space that you're working in so that you're not distracted by the clutter around you. Whatever it is, remove those distractions so that you can focus on what you need to get done at that time. Maybe your distraction is actually your to-do list and your productivity, and it's distracting you from spending time with your children. Maybe it varies throughout the day, but whatever it is, make a mental note of it and try to set it aside and rid yourself of those distractions for that moment so that you can focus on what's really important. My last and final tip is to simplify your meals. Choose meals for your week that are going to be easy to make, quick to make. Choose meals that will be easy to clean up. Maybe sheet pan dinners, maybe 30-minute meals. I have a video on 30-minute meals and one-pot meals that I will leave linked down below. These are some of my go-to recipes on weeks when I just don't have a lot of time to cook. And I don't want to have to resort to fast food every week. I love to make meals from scratch, and I love to spend time in the kitchen, but it's just not always possible. Sometimes I'll buy things from the store instead of making it from scratch. Sometimes we will resort to store-bought snacks instead of homemade. That's okay. Sometimes we will do takeout, and that's okay. But purposely choosing meals for my meal list that are going to suit our week's schedule is a really big way that I can better prepare myself for the week and stay on top of things. That is where today's video ends. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got some useful information from this. And if you have some words of wisdom to share, please leave them in the comments below. Let us know what you do on weeks when you are just so busy. Thank you again, Birch Living, for sponsoring today's video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.